to me, that's probably the most important question you're going to ask me today in some ways. Because the first criteria is, in a sense, aesthetic. So these things are sort of what I call horrible beautiful, in that it's critical that the aesthetic part of it dominate the sort of message part or the image part, even though the images are critical. I mean, they're inseparable ultimately. But yes, you're right, a lot of these images you've seen before, you know, little bits and pieces that are iconic, but there are a whole bunch of, I started out that way, and then as the series progressed, I didn't do that. Like, for example, the butcher or whatever, you know, there are a whole bunch of pictures here that there are no images of. But it took a while to sort of have the courage, or the cemetery picture there, it took a while to have the courage to go that far, because you're treading very, you know, on very delicate ground when you do that. Because to invent, in a sense, Holocaust images is a pretty scary thing to try. And if you fail, it could get really bad, corny, you know, disgraceful. You can go through a whole long list of things that are not good about doing that. So this show is a mixture of the two. And even where there are iconic images, they've been changed to the point where some of them are unrecognizable. And then there's that one image that's very famous of entering into in Auschwitz in Birkenau, where Elie Wiesel is. So I made up the other image that's on the other side, and I wanted them to be close together like this, so when you walk in, your peripheral vision is sort of taken up by the entire experience, but one entire panel is invented, every single image in there, although it's based on what's on the left. So things like that, you know, sort of mixed it all up. And then of course the Book of Fire is, there are no iconic images in that at all. That's all totally, I mean, other than, you know, the interior of a little part of a synagogue, that's totally mine. So it's a combination of the two, but it's very difficult to do that, and most Holocaust imagery are based on photographs, and I have some trouble with that.